Welcome to Organization and Management. So, now we will discuss module number 8, which is all about staffing. So, basically, for this module, medyo sort of continuation to nung module number 7 natin. Okay? So, sige, let's start. First, recruitment and selection. A business needs to establish procedures in the hiring of employees. The criteria as to what are to be considered need to be set, including a job analysis requirement. So, kailangan makapag-establish ng procedure, okay? Pagdating sa pagre-recruit ng employees or sa hiring process. Okay? So, ang kailangan nga daw muna natin dito para makapag-establish tayo ng process is yung job analysis. So, ano ba itong job analysis? So, job analysis is the procedure through which the duties of given job positions and the characteristics of people who should fill them are determined. So, dito sa job analysis, ito yung set of criteria na kakailanganin natin pag tayo ay nag-hire na or naghanap na ng tao for a particular job. Okay? Next, job description. Ano naman itong dalawang ito? So, job description is a list of what the job entails. So, ibig sabihin sa job description, what the job entails. Ano ba yung gagawin? Ano ba yung function ng trabaho na iyon na ino-offer mo? Okay? So basically, it is the function, the duties, okay, na kailangan. And then for the job specification is a list of the kind of people for the job. So ito naman, itungkol doon sa tao or yung qualifications na kailangang i-possess nung taong interested for a particular job. Okay? So yun po yung job specification. Next, job analysis. Again, is the yan, balikan natin to. Ayun nga, ito nga yung sinatawag natin na job analysis is yung set of criteria. Okay? Kailangan sa recruitment process or sa hiring process. So now, job descriptions and specifications includes the following. Okay? So again, di ba, when we say job description, it entails yung specific tasks or responsibilities na gagawin, while the job specification is yung qualifications na kailangan for a particular applicant, okay, na interested for a position. So ito nga daw dapat ang nakapaloob sa job description and specification. Una is yung work activities. So, job description. So, like teaching, encoding, painting, and selling. So, sa work activities, ito yung particular or specific task na gagawin para dun sa job offer. Next is human behavior, like communicating, writing, and then deciding. So, basically, skills, okay, na kailangan, human behavior. Next is yung tools used. So, di ba nga, may mga hiring or may mga job post kayo na nakikita na sinasabi is computer literate, di ba? Or marunong sa ganito. Yan. So, yung tools used such as computers, sewing machines, and power tools, and etc. So, sinasama rin yan sa job description and job specification. Okay? So, yung mga ganong bagay na marunong sa ganito. Diba? Next, performance standards like 100 sundresses per 8-hour shift and 10 cars sold per month. So sa performance standards, ito naman yung parang qualification para qualification in a specific task, okay? So sabihin natin encoder, kunwari naghahanap ng encoder yung isang business or yung isang company. And then ang kailangan pagdating dito sa performance standards, kailangan na parang 36 words per seconds yung kaya niya. Okay? So, 'di ba meron yun yung mga tag dito, parang kailangan in terms of the performance para magawa ng maayos yung trabaho. Next is job context, like work at night, teaching on weekends and holidays, and work from home. Okay? So, yan po, yung sa job context. Kasama rin yan sa job descriptions and specifications. Like yung working beyond sa parang mga extended working hours, okay? Then yung parang pwedeng tag dito, mag-extend ng work beyond dun sa regular working hours. In short, parang mga overtime, okay? So, iyan yung tinatag natin na job context. And then next is human requirements, like a master's degree for college teachers, board passers for accountants, work experience for supervisory work, specific physical characteristics for computers, and computer literacy for most jobs. So, yung human requirements, ito na yung mga tawag dito, yung
Sana,
mga
sir, excuse me
yes,
po. Pwede
yes,
po mag-out. Emergency lang po.
okay.
Thank you po.
Okay. So, yun, for the human requirements, yan yung mga pasok dito yung mga achievements ninyo or mga degrees na achieve, okay? Yan nga, like master's degree, okay? Or sabi natin yung mga graduate of business management, di ba? Yan yung mga tinatag natin na human requirements. Next is, job analysis information is used to decide or determine the person to hire. So, kailangan nga daw itong job analysis para malaman kung sino yung taong dapat na i-hire, kung magkano yung compensation na pwede nating ibigay, job standards as basis for actual performance, training and development programs, unassigned tasks, and duplication of assignments. Okay? Kaya meron tayong job analysis kasi yung mga information from that ay ginagamit nga dito sa 5 ito. Okay? Para malaman yung mga iyan. And then, next is the recruitment process. Ayan. So, meron tayong recruitment process. So, hindi naman, gaya nga sabi ko, diba, hindi naman pwedeng kung sino-sino na lang yung pwede ninyong i-hire, diba? So, first is determine the job positions to be filled. Siyempre, kailangan mo bago ka mag-open ng hiring, kailangan alamin mo muna kung meron ba talagang positions na kailangang punan. Okay? Baka mamaya meron na palang tao na nandoon doon, tapos mag-hire ka, conflict na yon, okay? So, kailangan alamin nyo muna kung meron bang vacant positions. Okay? So, that's the first step in the recruitment process. Meron bang kailangang punan na position? Next, ayan. So, second is building a pool of job applications. So, building a pool of applicants is done through help-wanted advertisements in newspapers, job recruitment websites, trade journals, flyers, television advertisements, employment agencies, business associates, and friends. So, etong build a pool of job applicants, ibig sabihin ito yung step na kung saan parang magpo-post ka na kung saan ang hiring mo. Okay? So, it could be yun nga, advertisement. Diba kung may napapanood kayo dati sa patalastas, may patalastas ang mga companies na naghahanap ng trabaho. Okay? Or may mga posters, kadalasan ninyo makita yung mga nakapost nyo sa mga poste, diba? Na nag-hiring daw, naghahanap ng ganito, ganyan. Okay? Posting on websites. Yan. So, yun yung second process, yung build a pool of job applicants. Okay? Na kung saan, yun nga, ito yung process ng pagpo-posting natin ng hiring natin. The next is require the job applicants to submit application form. So once posted, syempre, ilalagay mo dun sa baba na submit your resume to. Yan, lalagay mo yung email address mo or kukontakan ka sa ganito ganyan. Pwedeng walk-in, personal na magsasubmit ng resume, di ba? The next is shortlist applicants for the interview. So once you have the resume already, okay? So, ngayon, isi-shortlist mo yan. Paano? Siyempre, by checking their qualifications first, okay? By using the job analysis information, yung mga information na nandoon sa inyong job analysis, kung ano yung mga qualifications, by looking at the job description and job specification, kung nagmamatch ba yung particular person na iyon sa inyong inilatag na specification and description, di ba? Then, isi-shortlist mo lahat yung mga nag-qualified. Then, after shortlisting them, call selected applicants to test, including medical and drug test. So, yun po, parang, ayun, magte-test bibigyan mo sila ng mga test. So, hindi lang medical and drug test, may mga different tests pa. Swab test, ganon. Yan, ito yung mga different tests na kailangan nilang i-take. So, una nga dyan, yung mga intelligence quotient or yung IQ test, aptitude test, motor and physical abilities test, personality test, achievement test, work sampling test, background and reference check. So, yung mga, hindi naman ibig sabihin lahat ng mga yan ay kailangan yung ipatake doon sa applicant, no? Depende lang kung ano ang kailangan for the job, okay? Kung kailangan ng para doon sa position na hinahanap ninyo, kailangan ng mautak, okay? Kailangan utak ang pinapagana doon, so bakit bigyan mo, IQ test na ibigay mo, di ba? So kung pisikalan ng trabaho, bigyan mo na work sampling test, di ba? So depende sa trabaho yung ibibigay mo na test, okay? Para malaman mo kung mag-fit siya doon or magko-qualify siya for a particular job. Hindi po pwedeng na kung ano-anong klaseng test na bibigay mo. So, bibigay mo pregnancy test, swab test, drug test, at kung ano-ano pa. Diba? Depende sa trabaho. Okay? Then, after that nga, yon kailangan pa noong medical. Then, the candidates who pass the tests are made to go through requisite medical examinations and drug tests. The applicants who pass the medical tests are shortlisted for interviews and subjected to interview sessions. Again, dependent on the job level and or job specifications by supervisors and or managers. So, bakit kailangang mauna yung mga test bago ang interview? Syempre, alam mo, interviewin mo muna, tapos pagdating sa test, bagsak, sayang lang din yung interview, di ba? Kaya kailangan unahin muna yung test bago ang interview. Okay? So, after noong different test na yon, including the medical and drug test, diba? Pag nakapasa, tsaka mo nang interviewin. Kasi, pag inuna mong interviewin yan, tapos sabi natin, interested ka na nga dun, sabi natin, magaling siya or whatsoever, tapos pagdating naman dun sa test, bagsak, wala rin, diba? Pero, there are some other companies, parang dinidisregard nila masyado yung test. Okay, parang formalization na lang, okay? Kaya sila nagkakandak ng test. But para maging maayos yung recruitment process, para makita ninyo kung sino talaga yung qualified, kailangan ganun yung magiging process ninyo. Uunahin muna yung exams and test bago ang interviews. Then, screen the applicants after the test, okay? Okay, then paano ba tong nangyayaring screening? Ayan, screen muna yung applicants yan based on the result noong kanilang mga test. Then screen mo sila. Then after screening, syempre, interview the applicants. Okay? After mo ma-interview yun, then hire chosen applicants. Okay? So yun po ang ating recruitment process. So when the applicant passes the aforementioned test, the recruitment process is completed and the job applicant is hired. Okay? Now, syempre pagkatapos ma-hire, magpo-proceed na siya with the training process. So the first part in the training process is the job orientation. Is the procedure for providing new employees with basic background information about the enterprise. This information covers personnel, policies on working hours, performance review, salaries and remuneration, vacation leaves and other employee benefits, and safety rules and regulations. So, yun po yung nakapaloob sa job orientation, di ba? Hindi naman po pwedeng pagka-hire sa'yo, bahala ka na dyan, di ba? Siyempre, i-orient ka muna tungkol sa policies gaya na nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, di ba? Policies, rules and regulations, kung ano-ano mga sistema nila, di ba? So, yun po yung magiging content ng orientation. Then, the training process comprises of a series of steps that needs to be followed systematically to have an efficient training program. The training is a systematic activity performed to modify the skills, attitudes, and the behavior of an employee to perform a particular job. So, itatrain ka muna for your job. Okay? Lalo na kung skills ang kailangan, may specific skills na kailangan for a particular job. Kailangan matrain muna. Okay? So, 'di ba kadalasan natin naririnig yung OJT or yung on the job training program. Kadalasan maririnig natin yan sa mga graduating students na maghahanap na mapapasukan nila for their OJT, di ba? So, hindi lang naman yun para sa estudyante. Ito rin para sa mga newly hired employees ng isang company or ng isang organization. Dumadaan OJT na kung saan diba, on the job training nga. So you as a newly hired personnel ng isang organization or na sa isang company, kailangan mo rin dumaan sa OJT or yung training process, okay? Na kung saan iti-train ka kung paano gagawin or paano ipe-perform ang isang task or isang activity or isang job. Okay? So, the training process, ito yung first step, is needs assessment. The first step in the training process is to assess the need for training the employees. The need for training could be identified through a diagnosis of present and future challenges and through a gap between the employee's actual performance and the standard performance. So dito sa needs assessment, syempre kailangan mo munang alamin, kailangan mong i-assess kung ano ba ang kailangang i-train sa kanya. Baka mamaya titrain mo siyang gumamit ng computer, marunong na pala siyang gumamit ng computer. Tinetrain mo siyang gumamit ng telepono, marunong naman pala siya, di ba? So ngayon, aalamin mo kung saan siya, saang area mo siya kailangang i-train na kung saan yung hindi niya pa alam. Lalo na kung pagdating na sa mismong actual na trabaho sa isang organization or sa isang business. Okay? I-assess mo muna kung ano yung kailangan niyang matutunan noong newly hired. Next is deriving instructional objectives. Once the needs are identified, the objectives for which the training to be conducted are established. The objectives could be based on the gaps seen in the training programs conducted earlier and the skills developed by the employees. So once nalalaman na ninyo kung saang area siya kailangang i-train, set the objective. Okay, na kailangan mong matutunan to, ito yung kailangan mong alamin, ito yung kailangan mong aralin. Okay? Kailangan ng objective. Then, next is designing training program. The next step is to design the training program in line with the set objectives. Every training program encompasses certain issues such as who are the trainees, who are the trainers, what methods are to be used for the training, what will be the next level of training, and etc. Also, the comprehensive action plan is designed that includes the training content, material, learning theories, instructional design, and other training requisites. So, dito naman sa step 3, sa designing training program, okay, ito na yung mga may kinalaman na dun sa parang in preparation na sa actual training. Sabi nga, sino ang magtuturo, sino ang tuturuan, ano yung mga materials sa kailangan, okay? It includes maybe the schedule, okay? So, yan po, para kang pagtuturo sa isang klase na kung saan dito sa step 3 na ito, yung preparation mo for your lesson, okay? Yun po yung dito sa designing training program. Next naman, implementation of the training program. Once the designing of the training program is completed, the next step is to put it into the action. The foremost needs to be made is where the training will be conducted, either in-house or outside the organization. So, after mo nang magawa yung ma-design na yung training program, nakapag-prepare ka na, so ngayon, implementation na, yung actual na pagtuturo mo. Okay? So, ilagay nga natin, pusin muna natin yung training process. Then, fifth is evaluation of the training program. After the training is done, the employees are tasked to give their feedback on the training session and whether they felt useful or not. Through feedback, an organization can determine the weak spots, if any, and can rectify in the next session. The evaluation of the training program is a must because companies invest huge amount in these sessions and must know its effectiveness in terms of money. Okay? So, after nang matrain, syempre may assessment. Okay? Or may evaluation para malaman kung effective ba yung naging training, may natutunan ba? Nakuha ba yung tinuro? Okay? Naging tawag dito, na parang nakuha ba nung trainee yung dapat na ituro sa kanya. Okay? So, yun po yung lalabas dito sa evaluation. Bakit kailangan? Okay? Para malaman kung naging effective ba or hindi. Once na sabihin natin hindi naging effective yung training, kailangan pa mag-conduct ulit ng second round of training. Okay? Then if not, or kung sakaling naging successful naman yung training, naging useful, naging effective, ibig sabihin, pwede na siyang i-deploy. Pwede na siyang hayaang magtrabaho mag-isa. Okay? Kasi nga, nakuha niya na. Naging successful yung naging training. So, bago tayo po mag-proceed dun, bigyan natin ng example. So, una is yung needs, ano natin para mas madali ninyong maintindihan itong training process. So sa needs assessment, syempre kailangan parang aalamin mo muna sino yung tuturuan mo. Sa example ko siya sa context ng isang teacher. Okay, para mas madali ninyong maintindihan. So sa needs assessment, so syempre kailangan alamin mo muna, you as a teacher, sino ba tuturuan mo, anong grade ba nito, okay, yung naaral nito, ano pa kaya yung hindi nila alam, ano yung pwede mong ituro sa kanila, ano yung pwede mong gamitin, okay? Then next, pagpunta mo naman sa deriving instructional objectives, ito na yung paggawa mo ng lesson plan, ng lesson objectives, ano kaya yung dapat ito yung matutunan nila, dapat maituro mo sa kanila. Then next, sa designing training program, ito na yung preparation mo ng actual na lesson mo. Kung halimbawa sa teacher ka, di ba? Ito na yung pagpe-prepare mo nung lesson mo or nung mga instructional materials. Then for the fourth one, implementation with the training program. Yan, ito na yung actual na pagtuturo mo. And then fifth is evaluation of the training program. Ito na yung pagbibigay ng mga assignments, quizzes, yan, para malaman kung naging effective ba yung pagtuturo or kung may natutunan ba. Okay, so yun po. Sana po naintindihan, no, for the training process. Now, let's proceed with the compensation, its functions and importance. So compensation can be defined as the results or rewards that the employees received in return for their work. Compensation includes payments like bonuses, profit sharing, overtime pay, recognition rewards, and sales commissions, and etc. So yun po ang tinatawag natin na compensation. So kasama dito yung sahod, compensation yon. Yung mga bonus, compensation yan. Yung mga incentives, compensation yan. Any na nakukuha ninyo from the company na result ng trabaho ninyo, that compensation. Diba sabi nga na dapat nga tayo daw, isang employee dapat well compensated para mas makapagtrabaho or para mas ganahan magtrabaho. Okay? Objectives of compensation policy. So, allure suitable staff. So, kapag minsan maganda, halimbawa naghahanap pa lang kayo ng trabaho, then maganda yung offer ninyo or maganda yung pasahod or maganda yung amount na pwedeng sahuran for that particular job. So, mas makakahanap ka ng mas, ayan nga, sabi nga, allure suitable staff. Makakainganyo kang ng mga tao na po pwede mag-apply sa'yo na sa tingin mo qualified for a particular position. Next is keep qualified personnel. Okay? Kapag, yun nga, sabi ko nga, di ba? Kapag well compensated ang isang employee or isang member ng organization, magi-stay at magi-stay yan. Okay? Hindi yan, di ba yung iba nga, kaya sila nagre-resign kasi hindi sila masaya sa sweldo nila. Okay? Or hindi sila well compensated. Pero kung well compensated naman, syempre magi-stay yan. Next, develop reward structures that are equitable with logical and fair pay relationship between differently valued jobs. Okay? Develop a reward structure. So, ibig sabihin, yun nga, yung pagbibigay natin ng pagbibigay ng isang company ng reward. Okay, as a compensation. Depende sa iba't ibang klase ng trabaho. Kailangan makakapag-provide ng reward program. Okay? Siyempre, nagbibigay din yun ng drive for employee. Then, manage pay structures to mirror inflationary effects. Okay? So, kailangan ma-manage daw yung pay structures or yung parang yung sistema sa pasahod or sa pagbibigay ng compensation sa isang employee. Okay? Then next is assure that rewards and salary costs handle changes in the market rates or organizational change. Okay? So kailangan pagdating sa compensation, kailangan kung may pagtaas man sa mga presyo ng bilihin, syempre dapat sumasabay din ang compensation doon or ang sahod doon. Okay? Kasi pag ganun, parang mararamdaman mo na hindi ka na well compensated kapag hindi na parang tumataas ang lahat pero yung sahod mo hindi, 'di ba? So kailangan meron pong ganun or nakakasabay. Then next is abide with legal requirements. So isa rin yan sa objective ng compensation policy. Syempre, isa yun sa legal requirement na isang organization, lalo na isang company, kailangan nakakapagpasahod ng tama. Di ba nga may mga companies na napapasara dahil hindi sila nagpapasahod ng tama. Okay? Then next, appraise performance, duty, and loyalty and provide progression. Okay? So, yan, parang kaya meron tayong compensation, ayan. Parang in recognition sa effort ng isang member ng organization or sa isang employee. Kaya merong compensation. Okay? Para ma-recognize yung naging effort. Then, maintain compensation levels in differentials under review and control salary or wage cost. Okay? So, isa rin sa objective nito, ma-maintain yung compensation levels and differentials. Next is importance of compensation. First is it tries to give proper refund to the employees for their contributions to the organizations. Ayan, kaya nga merong compensation. Yan, kasama na sahod yan. Parang in exchange na nga doon sa effort ng isang employee. Next, it discovers a positive control on the efficiency of the employees and motivates them to perform better and achieve specific standards. Diba? Pag mas maganda yung sweldo, syempre ganado ka magtrabaho. Yan, tulad yan, paparating na yung bonus. Diba? Syempre ganado ka na niya pumasok ng pumasok. Diba? So, karamihan talaga ang nagbibigay ng drive sa atin para sa isang employee para magtrabaho is yung magandang pasweldo, syempre. Unless lang kung passion mo talaga yung ginagawa, masyado kang nagpapakamarte sa trabaho mo kahit na hindi ka well compensated, di ba? Next, it creates a base for happiness and satisfaction of the workforce that limits the labor turnover and confers a stable organization. Okay? So, yan, parang naiiwasan yung pagpapatagal sa trabaho. Syempre, ikaw, kung ganado kang magtrabaho, di ba? Kung ganado kang magtrabaho, syempre, tatapusin mo lahat ng trabaho mo. Magtatrabaho ka ng maigi, ng maayos kapag well compensated ka, di ba? So, yun po, iyon. And then, it enhances the job evaluation process, which in return helps in setting up more realistic and achievable standards. Syempre, kapag ganado ka maganda ang sweldo, ganado ka magtrabaho, maganda ang magiging evaluation and appraisal mo. Okay? Maganda yung magiging assessment sa iyo kasi nga maganda yung naging performance mo. And the next is, it is designed to abide with the various labor acts and thus does not result in the conflicts between the employee union and the management. This creates a peaceful relationship between the employer and the employees. So parang kanina lang din, abide with the sa mga in regards with the legal requirement. Okay? Next, types of compensation. It excites an environment of morale, efficiency, and cooperation among the workers and ensures satisfaction to the workers. So meron tayong different types of compensation. Yan. First is direct compensation. It is naturally made up of salary payments and health benefits. The creation of salary ranges and pay scales for different positions within an organization are the central responsibility of compensation management staff. So in short, itong direct compensation, ito yung mga actual na benefit na nakukuha natin. Unang-una na nga dyan is yung sahod, tsaka iba't ibang benefits like SS, Pag-ibig, and PhilHealth. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na direct compensation. And then, the other one is the indirect compensation. It focuses on the personal encouragements of each individual to work. Although salary is essential, people are most productive in jobs where they share the company's values and priorities. These benefits can include things like free staff development courses, subsidized daycare, and the chance for promotion or transfer within the company, public recognition, the ability to effect change or bring some changes in the workplace, and service to others. So, in short, maaring ito ay material na reward, okay, na material compensation. Sabi nga, hindi ito yung mga salary or whatsoever. Ito yung parang binibigay sa'yo na parang opportunity ng isang company or ng isang organization. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na indirect compensation. So, sabihin natin na parang pag-aaralin ka nila, di ba? Sasagutin nila lahat yun. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na indirect compensation. Then next is components of compensation. First is wages and salary. Wages mark hourly rates of pay and salary marks the monthly rate of pay of an employee. It is irrelevant of the number of hours put in by an employee working in the firm. These are subject to annual increase. So, yun, wages and salary, it refers to, doon na nga sa sahod na mismo. Okay? And sabi nga yan, these are subject to annual increase. Hindi yung hindi yung kapag pumasok ka doon sa isang company or sa isang organization na yung nasahod mo hanggang sa tumanda ka na doon, yun pa rin nasahod mo. Hindi. Dapat nga daw sabi, yan, these are subject to annual increase. May diin yung subject to annual increase. Okay? So, next is allowances. Allowances can be defined as the amount of something that is allowed, especially within the set of rules and regulations or for a specified purpose. Various allowances are paid in addition to basic pay. So, meron tayong different type of allowances. So yan, dearness allowance daw. This allowance is given to protect real income of an employee against price rise. Dearness allowance is paid as a percentage of basic pay. Yung dearness allowance, hindi po yan pang date kay dear ha. Diba po yan? Okay? So when we say, nung sinerch ko itong dearness allowance, ano siya, kasi sa ibang bansa to galing tong dearness allowance eh. So in Philippine context, ito yung tinatawag natin na COLA or yung cost of living allowance na idinadagdag doon sa sahod ng isang employee. Okay? Na may kinalaman to sa inflation, okay? Para parang subsidize siya, parang ganun. Okay? So yun po, yun. Then next is house rent allowance. Companies who do not provide living accommodation to their employees pay house rent allowance to employees. This allowance is calculated as percentage of salary. Okay? So, may mga companies na meron pa ganito na house rent allowance. Lalo na kung pinalipat nila ang isang employee from one area sa malayong lugar para magampanan lang yung trabaho. Lalo na kung may mga branch transfer, diba? Yan, required sila magbigay ng house rent allowance. Siyempre, palilipatin mo ba naman yung tao tapos hindi mo gagastos sa yung lilipatan niya, diba? So, meron pong gano'n na house rent allowance. Next is city compensatory allowance. This allowance is paid basically to employees in metros and other big cities where cost of living is comparatively more. City compensatory allowance is normally fixed amount per month, like 30% of basic pay in case of government employees. So, actually hindi naman siya applicable dito, para nasa context pa rin nito ng ibang bansa, no? Na itong city compensatory allowance, kung saan sa ibang bansa kasi kapag nasa main city ka nagtatrabaho, syempre may dagdag yun kasi mas mataas ang cost of living doon. So, partly medyo related ito sa COLA, pero dito kasi sa atin ang COLA, hindi lang naman siya dito sa Metro Manila eh. Sa buong bansa naman siya applicable. Okay? Then next is transport allowance or conveyance allowance. Some companies pay transport allowance that accommodates travel from the employee's house to the office. A fixed amount is paid every month to cover a part of traveling expense. Okay? So sa transport allowance or conveyance allowance, ang sinabi kasi dito, yung sinasabi ng module, accommodates travel from employee's house to the office. Okay? But in some other organizations, some other companies, ang transport allowance, ito yung ginagastos sa isang employee from the company papunta doon sa destination, na like lalo na kung ang isang employee ay field worker. Okay? Sa field ang trabaho niya. Hindi sa palayan I mean, pumupunta sa mga kliyente, ano. So, kapag ganun ang klase ng trabaho na pumupunta personally sa kliyente, nagka-client visit, okay? So, meron siyang transport allowance na pinoprovide, okay? May pinoprovide ang company na transport allowance. So, yun po yun. So, it could be binibigay kasama ng sahod or nasa reimburse or nagre-reimburse. So, kami as marketing, since kami nagmamarket sa iba't ibang eskwelahan, lalo sa mga malalayo na hindi naman namin area, binibigyan kami ng transport allowance pero reimbursement. Okay? So kung magkano gagastusin namin, parang sisingilin namin, then babayaran na lang kami. Okay? So yun po yun. The next is Ayan. Incentive and performance-based pay. Incentive compensation is performance-related remuneration paid with a view to encourage employees to work hard and do better. Both individual incentives and group incentives are applicable in most cases. Bonus, gain sharing, commission on sales are some examples of incentive compensation. Okay, so dito naman sa incentive and performance-based pay, syempre yan, doon na nga yung performance appraisal. Okay, kung halimbawa sales agent ka, naka-reach ka ng quota, may incentive kayo na matatanggap. Okay, so yun po iyon. Kung maganda naging performance mo, okay, so may maaaring bibigyan ka ng incentive. Depende sa policy ng company. Pero hindi lahat ng company ay ganun. Okay, the next is fringe benefits perquisites. Prerequisites siguro to. Fringe benefits include employee benefits like medical care, hospitalization, accident relief, health and group insurance, canteen, uniform, recreation, and the like. So, ibig sabihin, ito na mga fringe benefits. Ayan, kung mapapansin ninyo, may mga companies na nagpo-provide sila ng health card sa kanilang mga employees. Isa yun sa kanilang benefit. Yung fringe benefit. Yung insurance. Yan. Okay? And then, ano pa ba? Yan, uniform. Okay, isa yan sa fringe, tinatawag natin na fringe benefits. Okay?